Today, ladies and gentlemen, we are playing with the true king of the jungle, the Siberian Tiger. And like everything, we have to start from the very beginning before becoming a dangerous apex predator. It began to snow, and as you can see, we can easily leave our track behind. Something that is not good if you're trying to hide from other apexes or even other people in general. But this funny interaction with the snow would become very precious in a few seconds, because you see, we are not the only ones hunting. Sadly, we weren't able to catch the tiny little fox. But still, it was a very good opportunity to see what we were capable and what we could reach as one of the biggest apexes out there. Because earlier we spotted a carcass in the ground, and because in this game you have different types of builds, I'll showcase here a little image made by one of the community fanbase. We were aiming for the muscular build. So for now our diet would consist of deer and maybe a little bit of moose, so that we can try and get some bonus stats to try and hunt solo. In order to achieve that, we have to maintain a certain level of activity, because if we plan this wrong, well, we might end with a different build than as intended. After a long cycle of walking and eating, we finally were able to get into the sub-adult stage. And as you can see, we are a little bit overweight from our previous objective, which was the muscular build. And to that, we came across with a friendly adult tiger, which soon this was going to become the beginning of a very beautiful friendship. Although everything was peaceful and calm for now, our mainly objective right now was to lose a little bit of weight, because as you can see, we were a very chunky tiger, which in a bad sense, we would be slower if it came to combat or if we tried to escape. So a lot of the things that we were doing was roam and also trying to track other predators such as baby bears or even moose. But after a full cycle of walking around, roaming, and trying to lose a little bit of weight, we couldn't find anyone And I also just accepted to have a stocky build instead of the muscular. So we started to go through all the known locations that I knew. Because something that you have to keep in mind is that although we are walking and roaming together, we weren't communicating via chat, or even, worst of all, we weren't in a group. So if we get separated, well, that would be that. But through telepathic communication and calls, we were always able to find each other. And to what was about to come, well, we would need to be very in sync. We approach at our first location, and by watching the body language of my partner, I would suspect that probably there was something nearby. I had a simple rule. If he crouched, I crouched. If he walks, I walk. Because after all, now you're going through what I would call the high traffic areas. And soon enough, it wouldn't take long to cross paths with one of the most dangerous animals in the game. Amongst the tall grass stood an adult grizzly bear, a worthy foe and a challenge for us two Siberian tigers. The first few seconds, we were sizing up our opponent. To have a high chance of winning, we had to exhaust the grizzly bear. The battle was taking a longer time than expected. After missing a very important hit, now we were only 2 bites away from certain death. But with that, we were still determined to continue and fight this grizzly bear to the end. I know, The fight was not clean, the hits were not the best. But one thing that animal survival games taught me is if the animal is back against a corner, water, tree, that means that they are very low on HP and are brink of death. So we had no option but to press forward. Unfortunately, the grizzly bear was able to escape by crossing the river. Because we were both exhausted and a little bit hurt by the fight, we decided not to pursue. After a swift recovery, both of us decided to roam throughout the lands to find other life sources. We had a pretty wholesome moment where we helped a few tigers along the way. But like any other game, there is always that one favorite animal that you will see a lot throughout the month. An animal that is beloved by almost everyone and will eventually dominate the servers and become probably the 90% of the population. Hopefully that won't be the case in Untamed Kingdom. For now, we didn't have any problems with other tigers growing up, walking around the area. But if the numbers rose a tiny bit, I would probably start to kill everybody. Because for me, in my eyes, it's us, the apexes, that need to put the other apexes in control and kinda maintain the balance of the server, so that a few casual people can enjoy playing their favorite non-hyped animal. So for now, let's see what the game has in store for us in the future. Although it was beautiful to watch, we were back at our natural habitat, together with our long brother, the open vast forest. Although we really wanted to hunt, we couldn't because of our weight and our build, so a lot of the times the pursuit was not really that long. We also came across a beautiful python, which probably will be my next animal to play, but still it needs a few updates so that it can be 100% playable. But unfortunately, with all great things, there's always a time for a beginning and an end. We didn't saw our brother or partner in a while, and with the roar in the distance, one could presume that a fight was brewing. But no matter how hard I tried to call, he wouldn't answer. Speculating that he was probably killed by bears, I went on a mission to search and find where he was and what actually happened. And after a few minutes of searching, we finally found 2 grizzly bears and a body laying next to them. Not knowing if that was my long lost brother, I decided to take a look and confirm it for myself and tried to avenge him, even though the situation was not really in my favor. Because in my eyes, we ride and die together. So I charge into certain death. I had a little bit of fun, and I really appreciate the company of this unknown fella. Maybe he will come across this video. And even though it's a sad ending, hopefully in the next life of a Siberian tiger, we will be able to live epic battles, friendships, and even losses. So, thank you very much for watching. If you guys enjoy the videos, if you guys enjoy the content, make sure to leave a like, a subscribe if you guys are not yet subscribed, and a comment for the YouTube algorithm, because it helps a lot. So Kato here, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care and peace.